Very much, and I wish that every GOP county organization would say just what you just said, and that is you neutral, or supposed to be neutral under our rules until such time as you have the nomination. And that is the only fair way to conduct any type of an organization. It should not be biased, but we all know that it is biased towards McConnell all the way across the state. Anyway, I am, my full name is Wesley Morgan. I am from a little town called Hyden, which is in between Manchester and Hazard. It's the home of Tim Couch, who used to play football for University of Kentucky. He and his father and I went to high school together. Then I went to Eastern Kentucky University, got a degree in accounting, and upon graduating went to work in the United States Treasury Department for 8 years. Quit, came back, went in business for myself. While I was in the United States Treasury Department, I was on the presidential protection details of several people in the 1980 presidential election. I normally, what I do is, first thing I'm going to do, because I have a very limited time, I'm going to talk about why it is that you should not vote for McConnell. Normally I do that, then I go into what I stand for, and then I go into my background. So that's really quick on my background. What I have to prove to you is two major things. I have to prove to you why that Mitch McConnell being the Senate Majority Leader is not to your advantage, and I have to prove to you why that Mitch McConnell being there to appoint or get confirmed conservative judges is not to your benefit. And if I can make those two arguments, if I can prove that to you, then I've got a pretty good chance of winning this election. I think we're going to win it anyway. And the first thing that I will do is I will prove to you why that it is not to your benefit for him to be the Senate Majority Leader. And the first element of that is Mitch McConnell, and furthermore, I don't believe he can be reelected. And the reason why he can't be reelected is because that he is not a conservative. In fact, the Conservative Review gives Rand Paul a 92% grade and gives Mitch McConnell a 36% grade. Mitch McConnell only has a 33% approval rating across the state of Kentucky. It's only a 50-50 in the Republican Party. So, and here's the big catch. We've had a tremendous amount of Democrats who have switched over since the 2014 election of Mitch McConnell. It switched over to Republican. Those people are not Mitch McConnell people. Those people are Trump people, but they are not Mitch McConnell people. They've never liked him, and they're not going to vote for him. So what we have to do is we have to elect a constitutional conservative, which is what I am. We have to elect someone to hold our banner during the general election on the same mode that we elected Governor Matt Bevin in 2015 when we won 106 out of 120 counties. I fear that if we do not do that, we will get the first Democrat senator that we've had in a long time, because I am traveling back and forth across this state. And you need to check out everything I tell you, but it's true. There is a tremendous amount of people that says they will never vote for him again under any circumstances. We do not want a Democrat to have this seat. If we do, we're going to be in bad trouble, because he's going to go up there and he's going to jump in bed with Chuck Schumer, him or her. But anyway, let me tell you some things why it is not to your benefit to have Mitch McConnell as your Senate Majority Leader. In 2012, and Mitch McConnell and Harry Reid slipped into the 2013 National Defense Authorization Act a bill called the Smith-Mundt Modernization Act. In 1948, they passed a law called the Smith-Mundt Act. That law prohibited using propaganda in American media. So up until 1948, up until 2012, when they slipped this into the 2013 National Defense Authorization Act, you couldn't lie to the people. U.S. repeals propaganda ban, spreads government-made news to Americans. This is the result of Mitch McConnell. This is where fake news came from. This man is not on your side, he's on his side. The second thing that I have to show you is what he did after President Trump was elected. President Trump became president, elected president, November the 8th of 2016. In December of 2016, Mitch McConnell slipped into the 2017 National Defense Authorization Act, House Bill 5181, that was co-sponsored by Ted Lieu, the most liberal congressman from California, a bill called Countering Foreign Information and Propaganda Act. That created a $160 million slush fund to be used by the Broadcasting Board of Governors to censor conservative content in the social media. That is Facebook, that's YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. This man is behind this. Not only did he do that, this bill abolished, before this happened, the Board of Governors was represented. You had 4 Republicans and you had 4 Democrats on this board, and the Secretary of State became the 9th member of the board. Up until that point, it was abolished, the board was abolished, and one appointee by the President took over the Broadcasting Board of Governors, who determined the content that could be used or censored. Now I'll get to him, and please remind me if I forget it, because when I get into his confirmation of nominees, I want to tell you about that. So then in 2014, when we did a spending bill, Mitch McConnell changed the campaign contribution laws. Up until then, you could donate $32,400 to a party or a committee of a party. But he changed it so rich people could donate 10 times that amount, or $324,000, to the party or a committee of the party. For example, the Republican Senatorial Re-Election Committee. This is what is called dark money. This is what he uses to sabotage conservative candidates who try to run for public office against the United States Senate. Politico, an article right here. Senate GOP declares war on conservative troublemakers. The party's campaign arm vows to blackball any firm that works for a primary challenger against one of their incumbents. I went to Washington, D.C. I can't get nobody to help me. There are very few independent ones, because they say, well, Wesley, we'd love to help you, but we can't because McConnell and them will blackball, so we won't be able to get any business from any of the rest of them. And we can't do that because it'll break our company. This is the kind of stuff that this man does. He is using, just recently, Governor of Georgia